Don't adjust your podcast aggregators. This is Clinton Navigator Bowman, host of The Experience, right here on the Outerhaven Productions. SonyCentric episode number 59. Yes, we're almost to episode 60. It's been over a year since SonyCentric has been on the Outerhaven, and I'm just letting you know I am actually really proud of how this podcast has gone. I have two wonderful young ladies here with me, and they are the Sony team on the Outerhaven. First, I'm going to introduce to a voice that you've heard on episode 57 and 58, the wonderful, wonderful Yhani Jones. Yhani, what's going on?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going good. It's going really good. And then we also have one of the newest members of the Sony team, a new, fresh voice on the Outerhaven, the one, the only Veronica Shoutout.
Hey,
Veronica, what's up? It's good.
All right.
It's going all right. So we have Yhani and Shoutout and the big body here.
No, I see what you did there.
You know, like I had to do it. I'm sorry. Like I had to bite at that. So let's talk about what we have been playing in the last week that we haven't done a SonyCentric. So I want to start with Veronica because she's the newest member of the team. Veronica, what have you been playing in the last week?
I've really still been into Horizon, pretty much. Yeah, I've put several hours into that. It's really good. I've, everyone's heard before, but yeah, I know Yhani's finished it, I think.
Yeah, I did. It's really good.
Yeah, I like everything about it. Yeah, it pretty much just does everything right. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm super into it.
Yhani, what about you? Have you been on the Horizon Zero Dawn train?
Yeah, for sure. Like Veronica was saying, I finished it up. I wrapped it up. The ending is so good. I won't spoil that at all. But this week I've been playing. I've been hopping into some disc jam matches, playing doubles. It's really fun, and I've been playing this new Digimon game. The new.
So you've been playing Digimon Next Order, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing that one, and I'm working on a review with that and trying to train my Digimon and everything. So it's really fun so far.
Okay. For me, I've been playing a little Street Fighter V. I was getting back into it. In a little bit of a holding pattern until the new characters for King of Fighters 14 drop. And I'm also waiting for MLB The Show 17, which is a yearly pickup for me on the PlayStation. And now that we officially have a date for Parappa the Rapper Remastered, I'm waiting for that.
Okay, nice.
So I'm really excited to really just get back on my PlayStation. Let me just say it straight out. I'm excited to get back on my PlayStation and just start playing games again.
Because of this game?
And because of Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm actually really interested in Horizon Zero Dawn as well. But, MLB 17 is one of my yearly pickups for PlayStation. And then obviously, playing most fighting games on the PlayStation, I may even end up picking up like Injustice because even though I don't like the game and the gameplay, it's a fighting game and I have to kind of really listen, I've been in the competitive fighting game scene and Injustice is just not a competitive fighting game.
But it's superheroes. You're fighting with superheroes. I love that.
I mean, yeah, but then also I have a bad taste for Mortal Kombat versus DC, so.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, that game's kind of bad. I'm just saying, it's kind of bad. So before we get into news, let's talk a little bit about PlayStation history. So this week in PlayStation history, shouts out to Yhani for coming up with this segment here. This week in PlayStation history, on March 22nd, 2005, God of War debuted on the PlayStation 2. For those of you that, 12 years ago.
Right.
So memories with God of War. I can tell you that I didn't have a PlayStation 2 in 2005, but when I actually got a chance to play God of War in 2007, I actually loved every minute of it because I do like the beat 'em up style hack and slash. So I do like that type of game, and I spent hours playing it on the PS2. Even so much so to say, I barely played any other game outside of that. Yhani, you've got an opportunity to play the game you've told me before. Talk a little bit about your history with God of War.
Yeah, so I'm only familiar. I played God of War 3. I got my PlayStation 3 in 2009. I remember my dad bringing it and me and my sister playing. We got like the little big Planet bundle, but we got God of War 2, or we also got God of War, and yeah, that game was really fun. And I just remember like trying to finish boss battles and pass the remote back and forth between my sister, just taking turns trying to beat them. But yeah.
Right. Veronica, have you played a God of War game?
I have not.
Oh my God,
So
woman, what are
I
you
don't have
doing?
much to say about that.
It
I'm
is
sorry.
$20 at Best Buy right now. If you have Best Buy's Gamers Club unlocked, it's probably 15. Go get it and
Okay.
play the collection and the remastered. Well,
Fair
remastered
enough.
3 at the very least.
For sure.
You know, it's a really seriously good game. But there's a new God of War game that's supposed to be coming out sometime within the next year and a half. So I'm really
waiting for that one.
Yeah.
I am anticipating that as well. So I mean, Sony does have a lot on the horizon. So let's jump into the news segment because Sony has been just picking up awards for Uncharted at the South by Southwest Gaming Awards, hosted by OMG. It's Firefox Gaming Broadcast, popular gaming broadcaster, and Xavier Woods from the WWE. You know, Mr. Delecho Twitter. Uncharted 4 won 5 different awards at the South by Southwest Gaming Awards. So let's really break down the awards that it did win. It won Video Game of the Year.
Right.
It also won Excellence in Narrative. It won Nathan Drake won Most Memorable Character, Excellence in Animation, as well as Excellence in Visual Achievement.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. The animation in the game, the visuals of the game. I'm glad that I'm glad that they won that category, and the story as well. I don't doubt any reason why they got these awards at all. Awesome.
Yeah. Well deserved.
So other
Definitely
games,
not surprising.
it's true. Other PlayStation games, or at least formerly PlayStation exclusive games that did win, include Firewatch for excellence in art, as well as we're also looking at Overwatch taking a ton of awards as well.
I figured
You know, so Overwatch getting Trending Game of the Year, Esports Game of the Year, as well as Most Promising New Intellectual Property and Excellence in Multiplayer.
Wow.
So Overwatch and Uncharted really took home a lot out of this.
For sure. Everyone plays Overwatch. I know you guys play that a lot too. I don't have that for my console yet though.
Yeah, we do love ourselves some Overwatch here, but there's a lot of other awards in here that won. So Excellence in Convergence is Batman the Telltale series. Has anybody here played the Telltale series Batman?
No, I haven't, but I have watched some of the gameplay.
Okay. And
it's like a movie. It's really cool.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you played usually if you play a Telltale game, you probably played them all.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
And then sound effects and technical achievement went to Battlefield 1, which was a shock to me because I figured Titanfall would have won something there because Titanfall is a really excellent game. But that's just me. All right, so let's move on. We have Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay news. Digital Foundry found out that Mass Effect Andromeda gameplay will run at 1080 on the PlayStation 4. However, the cutscenes will drop to 900p. So for those that are pixel count
the resolution,
and resolution guys, this, in my personal opinion, isn't good. What are you guys thinking? This is a game that has been kind of blasted for a lot of the corners that have been cut. I want to start with Veronica, if you have any thoughts on that.
I mean, obviously don't have the game yet.
But based on what you've seen,
it's disappointing that after 5 years that, there's still like wonky animations and, they're still doing some of this stuff that's like pretty much classic BioWare, but you'd think, Mass Effect 3 came out 5 years ago and
right.
You'd think they'd improve on that. Yeah, I was really hoping it would kind of maybe be the best in the series, or just get all this critical attention, but it doesn't seem like that's quite going to be the case. That being said, I hope it's fun. That's really all I'm hoping for at this point.
I mean, it is getting a lot of critical attention. I mean, just not for the right reasons, right?
Yeah, I think it's like a 5 on Metacritic, which isn't,
Ooh.
that matters to you. Not terrible, but also not great. So.
Okay, Yhani, your thoughts on all of this mess with Mass Effect Andromeda?
Yeah, as far as like hearing that drop in, especially cutscenes, that's something that I'm really fond of. Like personally, when I play games with cutscenes. So yeah, as far as like it's 2017, that's the last thing we want from our video games. And like for the drop and for all this wonkiness, like you were saying, with the visuals and things like that.
So I would also say we're going to be mentioning this on the experience, which we're going to be recording. This is recording on Monday. We're going to be recording experience on Tuesday. The Xbox One version plays at 900p and cutscenes play at 756p.
Oh.
So that's a little ridiculous on one
Mm-hmm.
part. So, considering that Resident Evil 7 was straight 1080p across the board on the Xbox One. That is mind-boggling, to say the least.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting to a point, and now it's... So Drawn to Death is a game that has been in beta for about a year. And it is now coming to PlayStation Plus for free on April the 4th.
Yay.
It's finally releasing. So
that's something, yeah.
So, Yhani, go ahead.
No, that's just something else I'm excited about. Like, PlayStation Plus gives us a lot of cool free games. There are new games too, like Disc Jam. We got that game fresh off launch. If you're a PlayStation Plus member, you got that for free. And now, Drawn to Death next month. That's even more exciting. We're getting these cool games, for free with our Plus membership, and it looks really fun. It looks like like you've seen in the trailer, like a high school doodle. There's a whole bunch of weapons in there, so it looks like it'll be a lot of fun.
Veronica, are you anticipating this game as well?
I'm interested in it. I'll definitely pick it up since it's going to be free. I don't know much about it beyond, like Yhani was saying, just that it's kind of a like sketchy notebook style, and it's like a shooter.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay.
It's a third-person shooter, yes.
Online.
Right. So it's kind of like akin to Overwatch, but not in the first person, more in the third person.
Right, so. Right.
I mean,
I'm interested in it for sure.
Yeah, I got a chance to play it a couple times in the beta. I mean, there wasn't really anybody playing, but it was a fun little game to play. The controls were a little wonky for me, trying to figure out because playing on a controller as opposed to playing on mouse and keyboard, for me playing shooters is a different experience. So, I'm really anticipating to see how this game comes out and really like see what it takes, see how people take to it, especially since it's going to be given away for free practically. Mm-hmm. All right, so we have the PlayStation Now news, as reported on the Outerhaven last week, as well as on last week's edition of the Experience. PlayStation Now for PC will be streaming PlayStation 4 games. And I'll be honest with you, like I said on the Experience, I think it's a little too late at this point for Sony.
Okay.
And mostly because they announced it a week after Xbox announced their Xbox Games Pass, which allows you to download Xbox 360 and Xbox One games to your console for the low price of $9.99.
Yeah, man.
Now, right now, PlayStation Plus is $20 a month and $45 for 3 months and $100 for a year.
Right.
What are you thinking about this? Do you think that this is a good thing for Sony, or do you think that it's a little too late for Sony, as they've been talking about this for years and they just practically dropped pretty much everything about this for a while?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's too late. I think with anything as far as with Sony, I feel like they can pick up from something, pick up from coming down for sure. But as far as the PlayStation 4 games, coming to PC for the PlayStation now soon, man, that kind of hurts because I feel like our exclusivity is going away as far as like PlayStation 4, lovers with the console and everything. But like you said, I don't think it's too late. But I do feel like, yeah, they're trying to compete with Xbox and what they're doing, and with the way that Xbox is handling their new service that they want to provide, it seems pretty nice and promising. So it kind of sucks that PlayStation didn't, do the same. But with the price difference and the difference in streaming versus downloading, I really wish PlayStation didn't, drop the ball on that one.
All right, what about you, Veronica? What do you think about this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like they're just trying stuff to catch up with what Xbox is doing, and I mean, certainly with PlayStation Now, it just doesn't seem like something that, I mean, I don't know anyone who has PlayStation Now. It's really, I mean, just not personally. I don't know. It's just the streaming thing is annoying, and then yeah, just also like you guys were saying, it's just the fact that it's so expensive. I don't know. I mean, it definitely seems like they had to do something to, draw people into that service, but I don't know. Yeah, probably a good move, but definitely a long time coming.
Yeah, part of me also thinks at the same time there is a potential for people to just give up the deal with just getting a PlayStation 4, much like the argument has been made for Xbox Game Pass. If it does come to PC, why am I going to get an Xbox One when I can just play my games on the PC?
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I don't want that to be the case. Honestly, I don't think I'd like to think it won't get to the point where, it seems, not, I don't want to say not important, but it seems like it's almost to not have your console. But I do understand people's point of views where there's so many services, like people are cutting the cord with cable. People might be cutting the cord with their console soon and just, playing or, just switching to the PC, experience with all these services that are being offered.
Right. So, I mean, final thoughts on this one. If you had the opportunity and you had the PC, would you partake in PlayStation Now for the PC to stream PlayStation 4 games?
If I had the income to do so, I think that I would. I can't pass out, that $24 a month or even $50 for 3 months, maybe. But not right now. Can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just already have a PlayStation, so it's like
great. You already
I
have
would just download it, and but I don't know. I'd be interested to see, because I've never, used it personally. I'd just be interested to see how well that works, and like.
Oh yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's not bad. You should give it a trial. They have a 7-day trial for sure. I did that on my laptop.
Yeah, true.
Okay. All right then. So that's good thoughts on that one. And the last piece of news to come out: the PlayStation Play Collective launches on the 21st of March with a 20% discount for pre-orders. It starts with the game Everything, which launches on Tuesday. So if you're listening to this podcast, more than likely you won't be able to pre-order it, but you will get for the other games that are coming out, you will be able to get that 20% discount if you have PlayStation Plus. So there's a couple games that are coming out in this initiative. Rain World, which is coming out the 28th. Parappa the Rapper Remastered on April 4th. Cosmic Star Heroine on April 18th, as well as Full Throttle Remastered on 18th. And What Remains for Edith Finch on the 25th. Yhani, you posted about this and you are hella excited about it.
Oh yeah, totally.
This is yours. This is yours. Take it.
No, yeah, like I was saying, PlayStation, they give us so many discounts with like PlayStation Plus. They've got this thing going on this month with discounting games every week, every weekend. So with the PlayStation, with the Play Collective, That's really cool. They're introducing to us and promoting some new indie games, some games that we might not have even heard about, but they're just trying to get it out in the area and providing a 20% discount to the Plus members. So it's a really good advantage to take advantage of, for sure.
Veronica, what so out of the 6 games that are being launched, including everything, what game would you be looking forward to? Actually, let me ask that to Yhani first. What are some of the games that you really are looking forward to in the Play Collective initiative?
Honestly, everything. The gameplay trailer for that got me hooked. Like, I'm really interested to see. It was a really different design concept of the game, so I'm really interested to see like how far I can go and like how differently the environments change in the game.
Right.
And also Parappa the Rapper, of course. I can have that on my PS4. It's an awesome classic I have to have.
Veronica, what are you looking forward to in the Play Collective?
It's a good mix of games. I'm interested in that Edith Finch, April 25th. I think that looks super weird. Pretty cool. Yeah, that everything that comes out tomorrow. I don't know what that's really gonna be like. It's sort of
everything, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like everything. I don't know what.
That's funny. I like
don't know
that.
what to expect there, but.
Yeah, I mean, right now, as we're recording, it's so available for pre-order for $12 at the 20% discount. So the price is only available until 11 a.m. on Tuesday. So if by the time you get a chance to hear this, you may miss it. But I mean, for $15, these games are going to be averaging about $15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. That's definitely not bad. For me, I think the only game that I'm really gonna get is Parappa the Rapper Remastered because I've been looking forward to that since they announced it at Sony, at the Sony PlayStation Experience.
Yeah.
And I personally, story time. I worked with the voice of Parappa the Rapper in an after-school program in Brooklyn. I'm just letting you know this.
You're joking.
Wow.
I am so serious. I got him to sign my PlayStation All-Stars disc.
I understand why you're so excited now, man.
Like I know Dread Fox personally, so it's like I want to support this guy because he was part of my childhood and I didn't even realize it.
Man, that's awesome.
Like
anniversary.
Yeah, it's like I honestly, when I first met him, he was talking about, I worked on a video game. I was like, all right, whatever. And then all of a sudden, I heard his name, and he was telling me his name, and he did the voice of Parappa in front of me. I flipped out in front of the kids. I lost it. I was like, oh my God. I had to hold it together. I really had to hold it together because I just had to, my mind was blown. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
I geeked out like hard. So, I want to support this guy. I want to make sure there's another Parappa the Rapper game coming out. Because I have a feeling they're doing this to gauge the interest and to see if they want to do another Parappa the Rapper.
Right, yeah.
Oh, no doubt. I believe that too. Like rhythm games, like I want to see more rhythm games this year coming forward.
And to be fair, Parappa the Rapper is a far better rhythm game than Hatsune Miku will ever be.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, I played and reviewed the latest Hatsune Miku game. That shit was hard.
Okay,
that shit was hard. Like it was disorienting. But Parappa the Rapper, simple, kids can get into it.
Yeah.
It's a good entry point for rhythm games. And then I just jumped into in the groove. But let's move on from there because story time's over. All right, so a new segment. Shouts out to Yhani again for this one. I mean, she's a genius when it comes to these things. It is the developer shout out. So every week we will shout out a different developer that has developed on a PlayStation platform. And this week we're giving a shout out to Guerilla Games, who has released a double platinum selling video game in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Shout out to Guerilla Games. They did that for sure. 2.5
million units sold in just 2 weeks.
2 weeks. My goodness.
That's 1 million more than the Nintendo Switch hardware.
Wow.
when you
Wow.
think about that, like the game was very much anticipated since E3.
No,
So-
it was personally. Well,
yeah.
personally speaking for me, like this game, and then as far as I feel like they did really well with like promotions. I feel like a lot of people were excited for it, and word got around that it was so good. People just had to get it. So
Right. I
Yeah,
mean, you both played it. You both played it, Veronica. I mean, you gave a little bit of thoughts, but can you give us a little more thoughts on it, on your experiences playing this game, and why you would consider, like, would you consider it an early contender for Game of the Year 2017?
I mean, it's only March, but it it definitely could be, because it doesn't reinvent the wheel in any sort of way, but it does everything right, and it's just clear they knew that they really did have this great game, because we've seen so much, so much gameplay for it, and they did do a really good job with the promotional stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think it's clear just people were excited to see something original and something new, and to explore this new IP. I mean, it was just, yeah, they just did a really good job. So
She's like,
props to them
words.
for sure.
She's like, words. I can't speak the words of how great this is.
It's just,
it's that
so
good.
good.
But I know
It's
a
so
person. But I know a person that did speak words and gave it a damn good review on the Outerhaven.net. Yhani,
Oh yeah.
talk to me, baby. Talk to me about Horizon Zero Dawn.
So Horizon, like I said, first things first, you're playing as Aloy. She is the strongest female that I've ever played in video games. No, I don't want to, say anything wrong about Lara Croft, but I love Aloy.
I was about to fight you. I was about to fight you on that one. I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean,
what about
I
Shell though?
don't
What
have
about
nothing to
Shell?
say. I have nothing bad to say about her, but Aloy, oh my gosh, she kicks butt.
Yeah, she's a great character.
No joke. She doesn't take crap from anyone. She speaks her mind. That's something else that you'll note throughout the story. But on top of that, her combat style, all the fighting in the game, the quest and the quest and the side missions, the main story, all of that, the story and character development that you see in there is awesome. You're not going to be bored, doing small errands. It's always fun, no matter whether you're doing a main story mission or just a side story. So, Veronica, you got to finish it, and so we can talk about the end. But it's so good for sure.
Yeah, they really do a good job of, with main quests and the side quests, there's a lot to do, but it's not too much. It's not like overwhelming to the point where you're doing a bunch of fetch quests to, level up and get back to the main quest. It never feels wasted at any point, those quests. So
right.
Yeah.
So Guerrilla Games is very well known for Killzone and the Killzone series of games. They also worked on a couple games back when they were known as Lost Boys games. Going a while back, some of the really just smaller, not really, well-known games. But Killzone, I'm not sure if you played any of the Killzone games. I enjoyed some of the Killzone games. These games were very well known, very well received from Guerrilla Games. Now, mind you, they also have a game engine that's being used for Death Stranding. So Guerrilla, as well as Until Dawn. So Guerrilla Games has their footprints in some of the most well-reviewed as well as most anticipated games that are coming out.
Literally. And that's the exciting part. I'm so happy for Guerrilla Games, with that being said, from where they've come and everything. It's so awesome.
Shouts out to Guerrilla Games for keeping the quality of their games up and just doing their best to create wonderful, wonderful games.
And experiences, for sure.
Now, mind you, Guerrilla Games, it wasn't necessarily a Sony company either, until about 2005. So this is completely different, there was a game that released on the original Xbox as well as Windows PC called Cell Shock Nam 67 by Guerrilla Games themselves. So, they weren't always a PlayStation company until about 2005. So that's actually a really good thing that PlayStation picked up a good company in that.
Definitely.
All right, so let's get to the weekly PlayStation releases. We ain't go that long. I'll just let you know, this podcast went by pretty fast though. Like it felt like it went by.
I thought so too. I'm like, sheesh, already?
And yeah, we got a lot out of there. We got a lot of information out of there. So let's talk about the drop, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot of games that are coming out the week of March 21st, which is this week. Remember, PlayStation refreshes their PlayStation Store every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the brand new games that will be coming out will be available, some on the 21st and some throughout the week, but they will be releasing these games. One game is called 88 Heroes, which is going to be coming out, I would love to say this Friday. That'll come out this Friday. It is 8:08 a.m. on August 8th, 1988, and the evil Dr. Hate has brought the world to the brink of total annihilation. His demands are simple: pay $88 octillion within 88 minutes, or Dr. Hate's 88 thermonuclear warheads will wipe out the Earth. But who will save us in a time of need? The bravest, the boldest? No, the 88 heroes. So the number 8 is a big theme here.
Right, I kind of caught that.
We have Berserk, the Berserk Musou, Berserk Band and the Hawk. It's pretty much coming out this week. Give me 1 minute. Had to get this cough out real quick. This game is pretty much like Dynasty Warriors, but with the Berserk anime and manga property. So if you're into Musous, you can probably play, or the Warrior style games, you could probably play this game and get a little bit of stories with that. Death Tales is an indie game where, as a Reaper, you're going to retrieve the spirits of the dying to protect them from the forces of the soulless. You're collecting cards to gain powerful attacks, embark on quests for a cast of quirky characters, and make some difficult choices in a 2D world filled with darkness and whimsy. And it's a co-op game, so you can play with friends or you can play by yourself. I think we talked about everything already. If there's anything more you want to say about everything, I mean, you're anticipating the game does come out tomorrow.
Well, I think I got my blurb out about that. No, I'm definitely want to see more gameplay on that for sure.
Indeed. Veronica?
Yeah, I've just seen the video with like the animals where they're like flipping around.
Yeah.
That's kind of stuff.
Indeed. Freedom Planet is a Sonic the Hedgehog knockoff. Mass Effect Andromeda is a glorified mess. Let's be real. I'm sorry. It's a glorified mess at this point.
Oh yeah.
Rayon.
Play it.
I mean, a lot of people. I'll be honest. I should actually go download it on my Xbox One. I do have the 10-hour trial.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Rayon Riddles: The Rise of the Goblin King is I believe it's a puzzle game. So it doesn't really look that interesting. World Defense is a tower defense game. This is the Police is a strategy adventure game set in a city spiraling in the drain. So you are a police chief that is trying to save the city.
I would be interested in that. That seems kind of cool.
Indeed. Toho Double Focus is, I believe, if I remember correctly about that game, this is coming out both on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. Toho Double Focus is from NIS America, as well as Toho Genso Warrior. So it's like 2 different games. It's a 2D platformer. So this is So Toho Double Focus is a 2D platformer, and Genso Wanderer is a roguelike RPG. So there's 2 different styles of games that'll be coming out. So for those that like the roguelikes, you'll have your roguelike, and for those that like the 2D platformers, you'll have your platformers. Shouts out to NIS America for those 2. Tokiden 2 is, I want to say, a hack and slash, if I remember correctly. It's from Toei. It's from Koei Tecmo. I always get that wrong. It's an action RPG, so you get to play it's kind of like Monster Hunter in a sense. There's a lot of Monster Hunter type games. Have you ever played Monster Hunter?
I haven't. For my 2DS, I have a lot of Mario games.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other games coming out. The Troll and I think is a platformer, and then the Zero Escape, which is an RPG type game.
Have you seen the trailer for the Troll and I?
No, I have not.
It's really interesting. You should take a look. The troll looks really creepy, but the game itself, I honestly feel like I would try playing that. It seems really cool.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. I will actually make an effort to try it.
Yeah.
Because that game comes out tomorrow. That game does come out tomorrow, so it seems pretty active. It's an adventure game with cooperative split screen multiplayer, so that's actually really good.
No, yeah, I remember games like that, and I like those games.
All right, so as we end this podcast, we have to give the Shills to pay the bills because we do have to obviously talk about the rest of the shows on the network and on the website. I said network. It's not a podcast network. It's a website that just happens to have podcasts. Excuse me. There is The Experience, which is hosted by myself and Keith Shadow Haxon Mitchell, as well as the newest co-host to it, Aaron Sanders. We're going to be talking Xbox games. That'll be recorded on Tuesday, uploaded on Wednesday. This show will always be uploaded on Tuesdays from now on. We will also have the Nintendo Entertainment Podcast, which will release every Friday, as well as the Center Analyst, which releases on Friday in season format by the lovely Sarah Menendez. The Nintendo Entertainment Podcast with Todd Black, Tyler Kelbaugh, and William Koch. And then you have the A1 Podcast with Will, Josh Piedra, and Matthew Get Silly as Paul. We have a lot of content that you got to check out. We do weekly gameplay with Overwatch on YouTube, youtube.com. Just search the Outerhaven Productions there. Yhani, where can people find you?
Hey guys, if you guys want to find me on Twitter, my handle is @JohnnyBonnie. More rhymes.
Spell that out for everybody, just so we can get a clear picture.
For sure, that's YHANIBANI.
All right, Veronica, where you can find you on the social medias?
I just started a Twitter. I'm at Pizza Linguini. That's spelled just like it sounds.
Nice.
Pizza Linguini. That is actually really dope. You can find me on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Navigator Bowman. NAVIGATORBOWMAN. As well as on Instagram at the Navigator Bowman Experience. So on behalf of Yhani and Siadi, I'm Navigator Bowman, the big body. And next week, we will hear some more Sony news on SonyCentric episode number 60. As for me, I'll see you guys on Wednesday for The Experience episode number 15. Peace out.